we try to get a picture with one or two of them in the wild? Well, they're so cute. They probably won't do that. Right? Huh? What's happening over there?
Help! Somebody help us!
Ah! Wild Kaholosaurs are actually biting people! Yeah, we could save those for later. We can't just stand around when someone's calling for help.
Get back!
Don't panic! Just hang in there!
Finally, someone's coming. Please help us!
Judging from your clothes,
Yes.
don't mention it!
Still, it seems that all the Kaholosaurs just ran off. We need to...
Capture?
Correct. Say, I can see you are very...
Apologies. Verandra has been...
Oh, no worries. But why did you approach a whole group of wild Kaholosaurs? Paimon's pretty sure that's not...
I'm sure we must look very silly. Approaching them without the help of a guide from the people of the springs was...
A mysterious island?
Yes. There is a legend from the people of the springs that mentions a mysterious
Are you certain you two were...
Some proposal? There's no way we'd be willing to use a...
Then I suppose discussing it any further will just be a
Verandra.
Oh, all right. You did rescue Karia and I just now. And
A little awkward, but Paimon will take it.
we should move on, Karia.
Yes. Thank you again.
That's all right. You really don't see a pair of adventurers like those two every... But anyway, Paimon's really curious about that mysterious island that lady just mentioned. Yeah, who knew? After all, the amazing places we've explored during our adventures, finding some mysterious island should be a walk in the park for... Oh, you're right. The lady mentioned that the mysterious island is... Time's ticking, let's get started! But the real question is, who should we ask? That's an idea. Someone looking for me? So what brings you here? We want to visit the mysterious island. Is there something wrong? I'm assuming you two are already aware that this island is related to a legend of my people. Yeah, but now that you mention it, we don't know anything about the Then allow me to explain it to you two. It is said that the first chief of the people of the Springs was the most outstanding guide in all of Natlan. He discovered many deserted domains and found countless treasures. But to prove himself once more, he embarked on yet another journey in search of a legendary, mysterious island. He endured many hardships along the way, but he persevered and managed to reach the destination. The island emits a golden light where countless treasures are buried. But instead of claiming the treasures for himself, he left behind a trail of clues that lead to the island. Since then, many people from later generations have undertaken the challenge of finding the island. After all, to find the island is to find riches and glory.
Oh, that makes sense. So could you tell us how to get to that island? Oh, Paimon gets it. This is like a big secret for the people of the spring, so you can't just tell anyone, right?
On the contrary, it's quite the opposite. The legend and the clues needed to find the island are all already known to the public.
Oh! Well, then what's the problem?
Well, I'm willing to answer your question in exchange for a favor. What do you think?
Sure thing!
Oh, then you have my thanks. I'll be honest. There are some among the tribe who are of rather base character. Not as the chief of the tribe, I was very ashamed to hear of this.
It's really hard to believe that could happen.
They are targeting tourists who wish to visit that island. According to my sources, they would trick tourists into believing they are trustworthy guides before luring the tourists into spending a fortune. They run a pretty sophisticated operation. They would always claim the scammed money is some kind of legal travel expenditure, so it's hard to use that to directly convict them. So, I was hoping to find someone who could approach them and pretend to get scammed. Doing so would allow us to gather the evidence required to bring them to justice. The problem is, they would certainly recognize anyone associated with me, which is why I haven't been able to carry out the plan yet.
Oh, Paimon understands now. We're the perfect bait because we're both tourists.
Exactly! And as far as I know, you two are no pushovers. No matter what nefarious schemes they may come up with, you'll be perfectly capable of protecting yourselves, right?
You betcha. If it's just a few scammers we're talking about, he'll take them all down.
Wonderful! Then here, please take this.
Whoa, that's a lot of Mora. Did we already earn a bonus?
There will be plenty of rewards if you manage to catch those scoundrels. This Mora, however, is for other purposes. I'm sure some spending will be required on your part before they lower their guard. I certainly wouldn't expect you to pay out of your own pockets. So please use the Mora as needed, and collect as much evidence as possible.
No wonder you're the chief. Seems like you've already thought of everything. Okay, we'll take it from here.
I've marked the location of the scammers on your map. I'll leave the rest to you two.
Should be the place. Now let's see if anyone around here looks like a scammer. Oh, right. We should pretend we are innocent tourists with no idea about what's going on. Good idea. Speaking of which, Paimon's dying to know what kind of treasures could be buried on the mysterious island. Wonder if anyone's ever really seen them before.
Ah! Are you two visitors from afar looking to visit the mysterious island?
Oh, looks like we managed to lure them out already. Oh, pardon. Is something the matter?
I just happened to overhear you two talking about the mysterious island. I assume you two must be tourists, brought here by the legend and looking for the island.
Hello, Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. That's right. We were just getting ready to look for the...
In that case, as a qualified guide, I certainly cannot allow you to embark on such a dangerous journey.
Uh-huh.
As the legend says, If you can manage to reach the mysterious island, riches and glory, be that as it may, the journey to the island is full of untold perils and dangers. It would be nigh impossible but you are in luck. Allow me to tell you the purpose of our services. It just so happens that our mission as guides is... Please, there's no need to worry. This was just one point I had. Although the legend and the clues to finding the island are known to everyone, the leads left behind by our ancestors are only guides bestowed with the legacy of our ancestors can correctly decipher the clues. Tourists...
Huh. He actually sounds pretty
But it seems like fate has brought us together.
so how much...
Not to worry. I don't intend to charge.
So you'd be working for free?
For us, people of the Springs, guiding guests to the mysterious island is a...
Smooth. Paimon almost wants to believe him. All right, thank you. Then...
Of course. Please, follow me.
Are you two here to take pictures with the Kaholasaurs?
Really? Can we?
Ahem.
Huh? Oh, you two must be here to seek insight from Atta, right?
Atta? Insight?
Shh, not so loud. Openly saying their name in such a manner will only cause them to loathe you.
I apologize for not explaining earlier. As you can see, Atta is the elder. Atta is highly respected among the tribe and is far more knowledgeable than other Kaholasaurs. Therefore, we must rely on Atta's insight to know...
Really? But how do we do that? Can I...
You need only slowly approach Atta. Once Atta has confirmed your scent, they will provide their wise insight. But no need to worry. The ability to interpret this language is one of the basic skills required of a guide. I can understand Atta's instructions and will lead you on the journey ahead.
All right, then let's give it a try.
That'll be 10,000 mora per person.
Huh?
In order for Atta to give us insight, they must recall their past, which can be extremely taxing for a Kaholasaur. Costs to maintain their health can be quite high, you know.
I'm sorry. Such expenses may arise in the process of finding our way, but as long as we reach the mysterious island, these costs will be quite trivial in the end.
There you have it. Paimon knew there was no such thing as a free lunch. Oh, Paimon has an idea. She bets they've just made up all that stuff about the talking Kaholas. With that kind of evidence, there'll be no...
What's taking them so long? Well, what do you say? I'll even throw in a group photo of you two with Atta.
Oh, that's an unexpected bonus. Quick, let's pay the man. Whoa, Atta really didn't try...
You can also pose now if you'd like a photo together.
Okay.
Oh, Atta is already speaking? Let me listen to what they...
Could you really get anything from that noise?
Of course! Like I said, only a guide like me can understand that.
Here's your group photo. I even...
Any chance we could get a receipt?
No problem at all.
Please, come with me.
We still have a lot of the chief's mora to use. Why don't we keep up the act and gather some... Paimon's curious what other... These guys are going way too far. He keeps coming up with some far-fetched reasons to make us pay forever. With all the evidence we have now, we could bring him straight to the chief and he'd... But after handing over all that mora, Paimon kinda wants to see if he'll actually
Sorry to keep you waiting. After all the clues we've gathered.
Oh, alright.
This is the spot. The trails of sunlight will guide the way. Once you cross the rushing water, the light of the Atta's insights have already pointed us to the destination.
You mean we're almost there? Huh. But there...
As I said before, this is a shortcut. If I took you on some arduous path after all the mora you spent... Anyway, there's no time to lose. We need to get there before sunset. According to Atta's insights, this is the place.
You mean...
Yes, I've led you to the island just as I...
Hold on! Are you serious? This is supposed to be the island? Then what about the treasure? And look at these wooden signs and artificial lights! Even...
All that stuff about treasure is just part of the legend. I didn't make any promises about what you'd find, and...
Huh. Since you seem to have dropped the act, then there's... We were commissioned by the chief of the people of the Springs to gather evidence of...
You sure?
Huh. Let's...
I took you all this way just to buy enough time for the handwriting to disappear. Even if you were to go back to the people you paid, you want to report me for scamming tourists? Then be my guest. I'll just say that I'm being falsely accused.
Now he's trying to get away! It's the chief!
What's the chief doing here?
I had dispatched others to secretly trail you. Thanks to you, we can finally convict him of scamming.
Convict me? How? They don't have any evidence against me.
Sorry to say it, but he got...
Not to worry. Let's search him first.
Hey, what are you doing? Keep your hands off me!
Yes, I see the mark. Looks like you already split the mora, but...
What do you mean?
The mora that the Traveler and Paimon were using today were all provided by...
You...
So, there must be an explanation why the mora that should have been theirs ended up in your hands. There are no receipts to prove that any transactions took place, and you yourself just denied that...
Take mora from others by force?
You... Ugh.
We have witnesses.
Fine. Yes.
Woohoo! No wonder you're the chief of the tribe!
I still don't understand how so many people have been getting duped by them. You need only stop. If he claims to be able to find a shortcut to the mysterious island, then why hasn't he just gone?
That's a good point. Speaking of, have any guides from...
I can answer this question along with your previous one about how there is no shortcut to the island. And most people don't even meet the requirement to ever... If you don't meet this single condition, and even guides from the people of the springs, which is exactly why, even though the clues to the mysterious...
There's a requirement?
Let me ask you something first. What do you think a real...
It should probably involve...
And therein lies the key point. Oh, it's said that when the first chief set out to search for the island, the ones who accompanied him were not clients nor tourists. The legend also mentioned that therefore, the requirement to reach the island is journey.
So that's the...
From what I can see, you and Paimon are exactly those kinds of friends. But unfortunately, neither of you are experienced guides. And if you were to hire someone else...
That's true.
But don't feel discouraged. I believe that this beautiful land, whether it's remote islands or ancient ruins, I'm sure they can... And let me tell you a secret. The elders once told me that beneath the...
Yeah, thanks for that. But knowing us, we don't give up.
Oh, I can understand. I won't stop you if you're still interested in finding the island. I just recommend
A guide we could trust with their lives? Oh, Yeah, Paimon has a good feeling about this.
It appears you've already made up your minds. Then I'll be taking my leave.
Okay, bye